Everyone get out!
Hello tankers and tankettes, and here it is, the first place winner in the Tier 3 Light competition. Well, I say light competition, the Tier 3 Light and Medium competition. It's El Capitan Banj, and I've probably said that totally wrong, so I'm just going to stick with El Capitan for now on. So, without further ado, let's get on with the replay. Now, as you can see, bottom tier as per the rules of the competition, and the matchmaking in this one is a lot less favourable than we've seen in the previous two. Roughly half of each team is, it's just under half of each team is tier 5, a couple of tier 4s, and then only a couple of tier 3s, so El Capitan is going to have his work cut out for him here. It is the Cruiser 4, so that's two entries we've had at the top of the score list with Cruiser 4s, and it is a nice little tank. I do like this tank. It's got a lovely little gun, and it's just an all-rounder. It's just very nice. He's going to have to do some damage here, though, to get the XP, because this isn't the best map for sitting and spotting. There's not really anything in the way of effective bush cover for passive spotting. So, clearly this is going to be a... don't ask me what's going on in the chat there, though. Poland is a Russian colony? What? Okay, someone was paying attention in school. He's going for a quick spot over this dune, with the BT-7 is having the same idea. You don't really want to stick around and fight out over this this area when you're in a bottom tier like this. But if you're fast enough, which I think the Cruiser 4 is, you can have a peek. Of course, the only thing he does spot is actually an enemy Chiha, which is not much of a threat on its own, but it's what might be behind it. So there's a Shtug down there, and as we can see, the enemy Chiha is total jackass, so that's maybe not surprising. Anyway, there's the Shtug. We'll just ignore the jackass. And premium ammo, because this is a lot of tier 5s, and actually I have to say I do this a lot in myself in the Cruiser 4 if I'm bottom tier. I'll load up some premium ammo for my first clip because I don't know what I'm going to meet. So he's reloading, but like I've said in the previous two videos, it's a contest, so it's maybe not surprising. The enemy team are not contesting the north at all. A pair of Su-85Bs there, and there are no enemy heavies up here. There's probably something camping on the ridge there. We see the FCM-36, so tier 3 tank destroyer. The enemy team, I mean, we're 4-5, it's not like we haven't lost some tanks as well, but to have left their rears so completely open, that's just hilariously incompetent. So he finishes off one very low health guy, he's reloading. Su-85B's got very fast firing 57mm gun, but no armour. I actually kind of enjoyed it. It's one of the first low tier tank destroyers I actually properly enjoyed. But it's like if you get spotted, then boom, you're dead. There's a Hetzer up there as well, so he's got to get forward to cover. And he's back to the regular AP. Now again, El Capitan is he's actually like the third place entrant. He's actually switching it up between ammunition types. He's not just relying on one sort or the other. He's actually applying some brain power, which is always good. Back to the premium ammo though, because he's seen as a Hetzer. There's also T25, but the Hetzer is actually frontally a really tough target, especially if he's a derp Hetzer. He could just one-shot you in return, so you have to be sure of doing some damage. And he is a derp Hetzer, so even the lower front plate with regular ammo can bounce. I've had personal experience of this. The sloping on the Hetzer armor is just pretty troll. So there's enemy Chiha, and he's done a bit of damage, but somebody else gets the kill. 568 damage already. That's not bad. I think my personal best XP score in the lower tier tank has got to be in this particular vehicle. I'm just going to take out the FCM, and I think there was a slight bit of hesitation there because you know you're wasting some gold ammo on the FCM, but you might as well take out the guy when you have the opportunity. Now you can just about see the MG cupola of the M7 there, and he just unloaded it in one burst, which you can do with this gun, but the second burst is always going to be less accurate. So if you do have a little pause between the bursts, you can make the second burst a little bit more accurate. So there we go, Top Gun, 807 damage done. And we can see that even though it is 13-10, you know, the enemy team have actually managed to rack up some kills. We could have, I don't know, it's just the level of competence on the enemy team was not that good. And he burns out that guy. So that's another 319 damage. That's awesome. That's very nice indeed. It's not like our top tiers were especially competent. We've got, now let's see, a Chinu with 1 kill, and a T1 Heavy with 1 kill. A Hetzer with 1 kill, the Stug's got 1 kill, Cruiser 4, 7 kills. So enemy T1 Heavy, but the rear and sides of that thing are pretty soft. So it's a matter of being sneaky. And you can see they're switching up between the ammo. He's not quite sure what to go for. But at this point, in for a penny, in for a pound, you might as well take the ammo. That's the safest bet of doing some damage. So he's going to peek over this ridge here. Our artillery is still alive. And there's the T1 Heavy. T1 Heavy has, however, spotted him and turns. So, yeah, good luck trying to get the front armour of T1 Heavy with this thing. So, he realises this and backs across the ridge there. This is bad news though, because as I've said in another recent video with the T1 Heavy, that thing, if it's got the top engine, it's 960 horsepower. It's really, really good for a tier 5. So what he does is he tries to track the guy as he comes over, and he does track the guy, but it's too late. So, boom. He dies, but the T1 Heavy also gets nailed. So, even though he did die, he died for a good cause. He didn't die in vain. He actually, well, Top Gun, and it would have been his ace tanker if he didn't have ace already, which he may or may not do, I don't know. He did quite a lot of damage there for a tier 3. That was pretty good. He got, let's see, 1179 damage, which was the best damage of anyone in his team. And he got 1285 XP. Nearly 1300 XP. That's pretty damn good for a tier 3 tank. So, yeah, you can see how this one was the winner. Nearly 1300 XP in a tier 3 light tank. And it was, I think, more the fact there that there were more tier 5 targets to shoot at than in the previous 2 matches that we've seen, because shooting at the high tier targets will give you a pretty good score. And actually, taking a quick glance back at the score sheet there, the second best score went to an enemy, the friendly SU-76, again tier 3, who did 1113 damage. So again, that was someone in a tier 3 tank destroyer who was definitely punching above their weight. The Stug did alright as well. They did 1100, but it's a pretty sharp drop off after that. When you look at the rest of the tier 5s, Churchill 1 that did 95 damage. I don't even know how you do 95 damage in a Churchill 1. KV 1 149 damage, T49 120 damage, SU85 0 damage. So a lot of the tier 5s were pretty lackluster. So that was good though, because it gave El Capitan more scope to do damage and get some score. So congratulations to El Capitan, your prizes will be on their way at this point, hopefully. So yes, there we go, that was the 5k subs contest, and having just wrapped this up, I can note that we're at 6.6k subs on my channel right now. So as I'm sure you all know, it was because of the disruption caused by the hardware issues I was having, and then having to install the new hardware, and yeah. So it took a little longer than I was planning, but we got there in the end. So the next planned contest, I'm thinking probably 10k subs, which is, I'm sure, a couple of months off at least, but not too distant in the future. So, you know, keep your eyes peeled for that one. So if you enjoyed this replay, this contest winner, you can hit the like button, you can leave a comment below, you can subscribe to my channel, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.